This is going to be an unedited video. Manga channels. The thing is, you see them a lot. And I've seen a lot of them. Edrich aside, the thing about this is it's mostly about actors playing these roles each episode. And there'll be sometimes episodes where the actors go on an adventure of their own. Edrich Asad is an in-universe character along with outside. There's going to be something like Edrich Asad movie, Edrich concert. Yeah, there's stuff like that. This isn't the first manga channel that does it. There's errors like Attack on Mika does this, Mani Ro does this, My People does this. Yeah, there's a lot of these manga channels that does this. Attack on Mika, you could say, I guess the thing I remember about is the references to anime. Like, there was one reference to Evangelion where they did the congratulations scene at the end of one episode. Mostly I remember how expressive the characters are, and that's usually it. On the Edge, or known as Human Bug University, is the only manga channel that got an anime. I'm actually surprised that Edrich Asad doesn't, but maybe in the future it might get one. Maybe Attack on Mika might get one too. Maybe Sekai no Future could get one too. I don't know. I feel like Edrich Asad, you can do it. You can have each episode them adapting one of the stories. Maybe have segments of the actors in their daily life. Now going back. Okay, with On the Edge and Human Bug University, it's mostly the serious one. It's the one where it has blood, torture, grotesque, serious. Yeah. One of their series is torture methods around the world, and it's about Sekirichi Wing, who is hired by people for free. If they have been wronged by an evil person, Sekirichi Wing will find them, capture them, torture them to death, and that's how it works. So yeah. So far, there's a lot of episodes, and yeah, there was a crossover with Satake, another series where it's about his unfortunate life where he is able to survive a lot of stuff happening to him. Like, imagine if he drank poison, somehow he was able to survive. And he also became the main character in the anime. There's the legendary delinquent, and that's mostly about a former delinquent. In each episode, there's a bad person, he beats them up, and it usually ends with him going to jail after that. Mostly to know is that all these series take place in the same universe. And you're going to get that a lot with some of these manga channels where they do take place in the same universe with the characters and there's connections. Yeah. Manga Wado. The thing I remember about is that there are some episodes where it's on the film point of view and we get to see their story and how they became this, and also see their downfall and how they react. Like, one will regret it, one will wonder what they did wrong. I also like when some of them switch the point of view. Like, there's this one where this woman wanted love and felt all rejected and stuff, but when we switched to a point of view with a guy, we discovered that she stole someone's boyfriend, and that's the reason why everyone hates her, and also she is a terrible person. Yeah, I really enjoy that in Manga Wado. There's also recurring characters, like there's this guy who goes to businesses to see what is the problem with them. There's this rich girl, and there's also an otaku. Now, my people. The thing about this is that it's really weird. Like, one episode, one of the characters turns into a girl. One episode does some kind of gas sort of thing that causes some kind of future thing to show up. Yeah, it's all happening because of our main characters. And the main male character, he has his company that does all this stuff. He has a maid, and the maid has romantic feelings for the protagonist character, and this character also has a best friend who's the happy-go-lucky guy, and he has a sister. Yeah, they're mostly important in every episode. You'll see them in every episode. One of the biggest problems with my people is how easily forgiven the female antagonists are. I think it wouldn't be a problem if we have some male antagonists get redeemed, but you mostly won't see that. So far, I remember that there were only 2, and that's it. So yeah. And one of the biggest problem episodes was this one about the girlfriend cheating on the main character for the doctor, and they tried to make it okay. She was forced into it, but the problem was how she insulted the protagonist. It felt real. It didn't feel made up and stuff. It felt like she was actually meaning it. And it ends with the girlfriend and the main character ending up together and, yeah, getting married. Yeah, a lot of people hated that, including me. That's why it has a lot of dislikes. And maybe after that, maybe they realize that, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this whole most female antagonists get redeemed thing, because our audience in the West just don't like that, because it's too much. Like I said, if you have some episodes with redeemed male antagonists, I feel like it wouldn't be an issue. And I think another problem is that some of the female antagonists do a lot of things that just makes you say, why forgive them? Sekai no Fuji, unlike most of these channels, there is no recurring characters. Every character is new, and also, it more is kind of like a slice of life's wholesome kind of thing. No anime expressions, none of the crazy hijinks and stuff, just normal slice of life stuff. It's okay, it's good, I enjoy it. Go Animate Point is used for some of these channels, and mostly what happens is that their thumbnail is the manga version of it, but when you watch it, you're actually just seeing the Go Animate Farm video. Yeah, that's what most of these channels do with their thumbnails. Here are some refreshing stories. Mostly what I know about is Hiroshi, where his whole thing is that he gets cheated on by his wife and girlfriend, and he exposes them in the end, along with his affair partner, and the two of them are get karma, and he gets the divorce or breaks up with them. Gossip City is about a city where we have all these characters. And similar to some of these channels, there are recurring characters in this series, and sometimes they are the main characters in the story, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're there to help the protagonist of the day's problem or get involved somehow, or sometimes they'll just be like a cameo, or sometimes they'll just be like, yeah, just having their own adventure. And most of the time, it's about this gang, and they're usually punish evildoers throughout the stories or help out the protagonist of the day problem. And there's also, like I said, other characters too that aren't part of the gang that are recurring. Yeah, it's okay. I do enjoy it. My Robo is another one of those. It takes place in its own universe and interactions and stuff. Has its own set of characters, and sometimes they'll have the characters returned. Yeah, it's just the main reason I'm talking like this is because like I just don't have a lot to say about My Robo. I mean, there's this company and there's just these recurring characters. Like there's one that has difficulties finding a woman, and it's similar to Hiroshi. Yeah, there's also that inspector person who looks at the companies and see what's going on with them. Yeah, there's just these recurring characters. There's also the robot and the scientist girl. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's something like Gossip City, like I said. Recurring characters, a universe of their own, yeah, and stories. Trouble Busters mostly just focuses on 3 characters or more, and it's mostly just a story each episode on what they're doing. Like one could be about the red-haired guy having be a manager of a restaurant, and some antagonist is kind of like this person who wants to ruin it, and he trouble busts them. Yeah, it goes like that. It's, you could say it's like Etrigan Saw It and Attack on Mika. Yeah, it's something like that. Something that usually surprises. Something I always see is in the thumbnail and also the opening. The red haired guy is a girl, so I'm guessing originally the red haired guy was supposed to be a girl, but they just changed it. But it's weird that they still keep that design in the opening and thumbnails. Next is Revenge Films. It's mostly just a story each episode about the character, the protagonist getting revenge for reasons. Like one could be about cheater, one could be about abusers, one could be about bad parents. Yeah, getting revenge each episode. I also forgot Manga Sopranos. Mostly what I remember about it is how bad the voice acting is, and that sometimes they have to delete episodes and then re-upload them with better quality. And yeah, that's another thing that these manga dubs, you'll see sometimes they do some of the lines bad. Like one time someone had to say it again, but they didn't cut out the bad take, but kept both takes in there. And that's another thing in the comments you'll see pointing it out. There was that time in Manga Waido did that, and they did delete the video and put it back up, but there were still errors on there. So yeah, I guess it just mostly has a lot to do with them posting a new episode every day. Lab 316 is the main manga dub incorporated. It's like the whole thing for the manga dub. Trouble Busters, Etcher Saw It, yeah, all those. What you should do if you wanna work in this whole manga channel stuff. You should go to them. Any series or channel that isn't on their list is an independent thing doing their own thing. Some or most of them are on hiatus. Some are still currently going on. It's just strange and weird. Like the Go Animate ones that don't use voice acting, uses the text-to-speech voices. Also, some of these channels have another channel, like Edgerton Saw It has Ability X, which is about people having superpowers. Yeah. Here's one more thing I'm going to talk about, the Fairy Tale YouTube channel. I've watched some. One of my favorites is Hungarian Folk Tales. I remember watching them. It's mostly just reruns. I'm guessing this show was on TV and it's just them uploading all the episodes. So far, they've uploaded all the episodes and are just doing the whole, we're going to re-upload them and add them as compilation videos so we can have more views, meaning more money. And the thing I do see sometimes in these fairy tale channels is sometimes they have some stuff like parodies. Like one time I saw Scarlet Witch parodies, Avengers parodies. Yeah, I've seen those. Mostly the English fairy tales and the WOA channel are usually the ones currently ongoing, while some of the other ones are kind of like reruns of a show.